like maybe your first option was pretty good, looking like points in the paint, but
Yeah.
how did that work? You said you wanted to work on the options.
I thought we did a really good job of getting the ball inside, especially in the second half. We had 30 paint points, I think, in the second half, only 24 in the first, and I thought we should have had more. So that was one of the key things we talked about was getting it inside. And then if we could not do that, couldn't run in transition, get it inside, let's make sure we can get to the layers of our offense. And I thought we did a pretty good job with that and not turning the ball over.
Yeah, we talked to Amira for really the first time. So what's been her game along, and why did she have a little bit of a coming out deal today? Possibly?
Well, I think she's just real. She's number one. She's playing a new position. She's playing the 4 and the 5, and she primarily played the 5 when at SMU where she was before. And Amira is also someone who wasn't here all summer. She stayed at SMU to graduate, so she didn't travel with us. She didn't on our foreign tour. She wasn't here to learn our system. So she's just growing into her own, and you can tell. She's an aggressive rebounder. She can shoot it. She can drive it. She's physical, and so you can just tell she's starting to feel comfortable with what we're doing.
What about Jada? I mean, I know it was really just every post play, but
Yeah.
how did, I guess, what was Jada seeing out there that you guys were able to feed her and be so effective?
She's so good at getting to her spot. Like everybody knows Jada's spot, and she still figures out how to get to her spot. Her timing is really good. She's so strong. Once she steals in post, it's hard to move her, hard to get around her. She's got excellent hands, soft touch, and she knows when to score and when to pass it. And so when you've got that combination, you want to feed her the ball because she's just going to make the right decision.
What does a game like this do for confidence with so many girls getting in on the scoring action?
Yeah.
Just such a high offensive game.
Well, we had 6 last game who scored in double figures and almost got it again. Kendall fell short with 9, and then had Soleil with 8. So I think at number one, it speaks to us sharing the basketball. We spent a lot of time last week really getting healthy and finally being healthy and putting pieces on the floor and playing, and you could just tell that there was better flow, there's better continuity. We also spent some of that time getting ourselves in better shape, and that's a reflection of more points too, I believe.
Jada said she felt like this was a very physical game, just down low. How do you feel like? Do you like having that right before you go into conference play, and especially prepare down the stretch?
When you go into this last game before Christmas, you want your team focused. You want to leave this game feeling good about where you are, knowing that you're going to have conference games after that, and you want to leave healthy. And I can check the box in all 3 of those areas, and I hope the 2 players from Mississippi Valley State who went down are okay. But they were focused. We had 2 games this week. They were really focused in both games. You don't want them thinking about going home. You want them to enjoy their time at home, but you want them focused on what's happening. And yeah, we know the physicality that's going to come when we start conference play. So I don't mind it being physical at all. They need that.
And with this kind of long break before the SEC opener, kind of what's the message to the team? What are y'all focusing on before the Tennessee game?
Yeah, so obviously they'll go home and enjoy time with their family. And they'll come back the day after Christmas and we'll practice and scrimmage and get ready to go. That gives us a ton of time to work on us and watch film and prepare and, then get ready for SEC play.
What's your confidence level after this last week being ready for conference plays, maybe opposed to earlier in the season?
It's better, we still there's so many things I can talk about. We didn't hold them to single digits defensively 1 quarter. That's something that we talk about being a goal of ours, and we didn't do it. They got 14 offensive rebounds. It's way too many for a team that we have a huge size advantage against. And so there's some details and some just tough things that we didn't accomplish. That does not make me feel good going into conference play that we've got to get cleaned up and figured out.